Yoga, when I teach it and when I practice it, is like the ocean. Because on the very top, the surface of the ocean, it can be very turbulent at times. And that's like our body, our outer body, our flesh. But with the practice of yoga, we go deep into the ocean. But the deeper you go into the ocean, the quiet stillness is there. And people need to understand that they have it within themselves, because everyone has a turbulent life on the outside, our flesh, our skin, or in the real world. Through the practice of yoga, you're able to still yourself deep within. And that's why I practice yoga. That's why I teach yoga, because it enables people to find it themselves. If you don't think yoga can change your life, then you ought to try it. What I've discovered through my practice is that I can change. I can become a better father. I can become a better person. So often people say, I can't practice yoga. My body's too stiff. And I'm like, well, you just answered your own question. If your body is tense and you're tight, then you should do yoga. I have tight hamstrings. I have issues with my body. It's almost like when I practice it, it becomes a religious experience for me. You know, I tell you, when I hit my yoga mat, that's my personal prayer time. That's my one-on-one discussion with God, and it doesn't get any deeper or any more personal than that. My yoga mat becomes my raft, maybe even my life raft, because again, I sit my raft on the ocean, the waves carry me off, but then sooner or later, I'm able to go to the depths of the ocean within myself. A little turbulent in the beginning, but then I start to practice and I go deeper and deeper and deeper. And by the time I'm at the end of the practice, I'm in Shavasana, the resting pose, I'm at peace. And to listen. That's the most important thing, because when you practice, you mentally are thinking out loud, but then you sit back and listen. If you're not practicing yoga, why not? It's a gift. Gifts are meant to be passed on, like pay it forward. So people always say to me, well, I haven't practiced yoga. My body's too stiff. I'm too old. No, you can always do yoga. I will be practicing yoga for many years to come. And like I tell a lot of people, that if you play, basketball, you run, you play tennis, you play golf, eventually you're going to peak and your body's not going to be able to do those things anymore. But as you practice yoga, you actually can get better. That's the cool thing, is that I always tell people, you're only as old as your spine. And when I see people sitting in their big stretched out chairs and they get up and they're old and they're creaky, and I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Get up and move. I don't care if it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You have the ability to give yourself a gift, so why not? And that's what yoga is to me. It's a gift. It's a blessing. It's floating on a raft